Hi, have you ever needed to create an interactive and engaging digital educational content? Well, the iSpring Suite is a PowerPoint-based e-learning authoring tool that provides you with the ability to create presentations, online surveys, quizzes, courses, and ebooks, while also having access to tons of visual assets like characters and also the ability to save your job on the cloud and share with users. Here is an example of a quiz that allows users to interact with the elements on the screen. Here we have matching boxes, and you can also tell if your answers are correct or incorrect. You can basically move elements from one place to another on the screen and create cool and interesting interactions for users when creating a quiz, which is super cool. And you can decide if it's going to be a graded or a non-graded quiz, so that at the end of the quiz the user knows if they passed or they failed. You can also create an interactive presentation that consists of audio recordings and narration. It can also consist of tabs, just like what you're seeing here, and also steps, and it can also consist of quizzes. All these can be combined in one particular presentation like a course, just to keep your users engaged and keep the whole course interactive. The iSpring Suite also lets you create simulations that help you while working with clients, or basically helps you simulate any form of communication. You can also create video recordings, and so much more can be achieved with the iSpring Suite. And in this video, I'm going to be walking you guys through how to get started with the iSpring Suite, and we are also going to be creating a course so that you understand how easy it is to create a course with the iSpring Suite. And here's what we are going to be creating for this. It's going to be a little course on design systems, and it's going to consist of a quiz. It's going to be a graded quiz, and you get to select the appropriate answer to the question. You can add more than one question to your quiz, but for this I'm just going to make it one particular question. And you can go ahead to add other forms of interactions, and we are also going to be adding a tab to create a better interactive experience with the course and increase engagement. So to get started, the first thing we need to do is to download and install the iSpring Suite. So I'll head over to my browser and open up the iSpring Suite website. I'm going to click on the very first link here at the top, which says the comprehensive e-learning authoring tool, and open up the iSpring Suite website. You can click on the download for free button, but I'm just going to scroll down to see the possible things we can do with the iSpring Suite. Here you can see a couple of pre-made templates to know a variety of things that can be achieved. As you can see here, it's also embedded in your PowerPoint, just like you see here, and they also do have tons and tons of features for you. You have the text to speech, there's interactive role play, we do have the interactive assessment, which are the quiz makers, we have video editing, screen recordings, and a lot more can be achieved. Here you can also see that you can also create an ebook, you can also create a video course. Here we have quiz makers, and a lot more can be achieved with the iSpring Suite. You can also go through this yourself to find out what suits your solution the best. So I'm going to go ahead to click on this download for free button here, and I'm going to wait for the page to load up. Once it does, I'm going to put in my details and click the download for free button. Once you've done that, turns out I've already downloaded this, so I already do have the details here. I'm going to open up my mail, and if you scroll down, you're going to see the download button right here, where you can just download. You're also going to be sent some details for your iSpring Suite cloud space, where you get to save some of the files that you created. So here, once my download is done, I'm going to click on it and I'm going to open it up and start installation. I'm going to click on the install iSpring Suite button here, and just like that, the installation is going to start. And I'm just going to skip this video till when I'm done with the installation, so that I don't waste much of your time. And once we are done with the installation, we are all set and we can get started with our first course. So I'm going to close this up and I'm going to open up PowerPoint. Once you do open up PowerPoint and open up a new document, you're going to see that the iSpring Suite tab has been added to your PowerPoint, and you can see all these amazing features that you can use in PowerPoint. And of course, there's the iSpring Suite standalone application. I'm just going to quickly open that up. And here you can also directly get to use some of the cool and amazing features of the iSpring Suite, such as courses, quiz makers, quizzes, role play, screencasts, interactions, books, And you can create your ebooks in different formats such as PDF, MS Word, PowerPoints, and so much more. You can also create pages. I do have a page currently in my cloud space, and you can also create online quizzes. So I'm going to open up this page that I have here, this introduction to design system, which is what you're seeing here. Is this page is what we are going to be converting to the course, and I'm going to show you guys how to do all of that to make it more interactive as an interactive course. So I'm going to open up iSpring Suite application, and I'm going to choose courses here, and I'm going to click on create. This allows you to use up all the features in the iSpring Suite in your PowerPoint application. So it's going to open up the PowerPoint application. As you can see here, the iSpring Suite tab is open, and you do have all of these features like quizzes, interaction, and all of that. So for this, I'm going to click on the slide template because I want to quickly generate templates that I'm going to use to create this design system course, because I don't want to start designing it from scratch. It's going to take time. So I'm going to just search for the perfect template that's going to fit the kind of course I'm trying to create here. I'm just going to keep scrolling down till I find something I like, and I think this particular template here is nice. So I'm going to select the cover template, and I'm going to click on insert. Once the download is completed and it's completely inserted in our PowerPoint slide, we can then start to edit its content. I'm going to click on the background image and click on change picture and select from device, and I'm going to select a picture from my device here, and I'm going to replace it with the existing one. I'm then going to click on it again and try to edit the text, but before that, I'm going to click on this and delete the initial blank page that we had first. So I'm going to select the text, and I'm going to paste in the title of our design system course, which is an introduction to design system. I'm going to set the fonts to something that suits the design I want, and once I have gotten like the perfect font for this, I'm going to try to scale it down to just perfectly fit in the position where it should be. Once I'm done with this, I'm also going to edit the title to design system, or just design, because the course is about design on its own. Then I'm going to click on the slide template again to get another template format so that we can continue adding more information to this course. I'm quickly going to scroll down to get to the template that we used, and I'm going to pick this particular second format here, and I'm going to click on insert. Once the download is completed and we've completely inserted the second format for the text we are trying to add here, I'm trying to add a definition of a design system. So I'm going to go ahead to edit the text of this particular template. Once I'm done editing the second content for the second slide, I'm going to click on the slide template once more to get another template for the third content that we're trying to add. I'm going to quickly scroll down to the template that we've been using, and I'm going to select this third format here that looks like a list. And once I got that, I'm going to quickly change up the contents of this particular side template to reflect the actual contents that we're trying to build up for our course. At this point, I'm done editing the contents of this particular slide. I'm going to click on new slide because now I want to create a small quiz to just test the user on what they've learned so far. So I'm going to click on quiz, and I'm going to select, you can see we do have the option of a graded quiz and a survey. I'm going to select the graded quiz because basically the difference is that one is scored, you get to see the score of the user or whoever took the quiz, and one is not scored, you don't get to see the results of the correct or incorrect answers. So I'm going to click on the graded quiz, and it's just quickly going to load up the quiz tab where we can start creating our quiz. Here you see we have quiz has no questions, add some questions. So to do that, you're just going to head over to the questions at the top left of the corner, and you can see that there's a lot, there's different kinds of questions you could add. You have the matching boxes, and there's just different kind of questions you could use. You can try them out if you're trying to create different varieties of questions. I'm just going to select the multi-select checkbox field here that allows the user to check a number of correct answers, and from here you can see we can set our question. I'm just going to paste in the question that I'm going to be asking for the quiz, and we can start to type in our answers. I'm going to input or paste in the first answer to this particular question. I'm going to do the same for the second. I'm going to type in all the correct or all the possible options of the answers, and after that we can then preview what our quiz might look like. Here you can add an intro slide to inform the user about what the quiz is about, or you can also click on the slide view to see what it's going to look like when it's on preview. So here you have the results page because it's a graded quiz, and on this particular slide you can then edit or change the design of the particular slide here. So I'm going to click on design at the top of this tab here, and I'm going to click on themes. You can see there are a number of themes that you could add, and I'm going to select my preferred option for this particular quiz, which is this right here. I'm also going to go ahead to edit the content on this slide. I'm just going to reposition some of the text. For example, the answers to the question here, I'm going to position it somewhere to the middle of the page, and I'm also going to edit the question. I'm going to change the font size and also reposition it in a way that seems better to me. You can customize this depending on what you want or whatever you are trying to achieve based on your kind of template or taste for design. This is very flexible, and this is why I love using the iSpring suite. It gives you the ability to customize almost everything you see on the screen. Once I'm satisfied with my designs, there are a couple other things you could do. If you're trying to change some of the settings for this quiz, you can go to the properties tab here, and once you click on it, you're going to see some of the things you could change. Like for the quiz title, you could give it a title that is preferred to what you're trying to achieve. I'm just quickly going to type in the title that I want, which is like a title of visual element quiz. You can also go around to see the general properties and settings and the quiz scoring settings. You can change the quiz scoring settings to none if you want it to be a survey instead of a graded quiz right here. But then there are other properties you could change to see if it aligns with what you're trying to achieve. So once I'm done with this, I'm just going to go ahead to close up this particular properties tab because I really don't want to change up anything here. I'm just going to save, and I'm going to click on this particular player icon to edit or to view our player. You can also customize your player in terms of the player colors and a lot more. Here I'm just going to make a little customization just to show you guys. For here I want to change the colors. I'm going to click on colors, and on the highlights of every individual checkbox you can see it's a gray highlight. I'm just going to change the highlight to the theme of the quiz, which is like blue. So I'm going to click on these radio buttons and checkbox on contracts and highlights. I'm going to switch it to a blue highlight, and you can see that it has reflected on our designs. So there's a lot more customization you can do. I'm going to click on apply and save, and Once I do that, I can click on preview here to preview our quiz to see what it looks like in the player. So this is what it's going to look like. You can answer some of the questions. I'm going to go ahead to check some of the questions here and answer them, just to play it and see what it actually looks like. Once I've done that, I'm going to submit this, and you can see it's showing this is incorrect, and you can see it's going to grade the quiz. So you can go ahead to add multiple questions and see how it plays out. So once I'm done with this, I'm just going to check the correct answers and make sure I check the correct answers so that it knows when the user selects the correct answers. For me, the correct answers will be the first, the second to the last, and the last answer here. You can also make a quick change to the time limit and so much more you could do. I'm going to preview the entire thing now, and you're going to see that once I select the correct answers, which is the first, second to the last, and the last answer, it's caused the user or the person taking the quiz to be having the correct answer. Once I'm done with all of this, I can then go ahead to save this quiz. I'm going to click on the save button here, and it's going to be added to our course. So this is exactly how you add a quiz to a course you're trying to create. I'm going to click on the preview to preview the entire course from beginning. So I'm going to wait a while just for it to load up. And once it loads up, you can see our entire course in our player. You can customize your player just like I've mentioned earlier, but you can then start viewing your course. The course can be responsive in tab view, also in mobile view, landscape mobile view, and also the regular portrait mobile view. So it's very responsive, and this is one of the good things about the iSpring suite. You can create for one view and it takes effect on everything. So here I'm just going to click on next on the slides that we've created for the course until we get to the quiz section. And here just as you can see, the user can check the correct answers for the quiz, and if you check the wrong answer, it's going to tell you it's the wrong answer. You can take this down and go ahead to view results. So this is typically how you can insert a quiz to your course that you're creating. I'm going to restart this particular player, and I'm going to just keep and click on next until I get to the quiz one more time, so that I can put in the correct answers and show you guys what the response is going to be when you select the correct answers. I'm going to click on submit, and you can see here you have congratulations, you passed. So this is really helpful when you're trying to create an interactive course, and this is exactly how you go about creating it. I'm going to create a new slide because I want to create more content to this course. I want to add some interactions that are different from quizzes, but for now I'm just going to click on the slide template, and I'm going to add some more content so that we can continue adding more content to our course. I'm going to scroll down to the template section just as usual and get one of the template slides we usually use, and I'm going to click on insert. Once I've done that, I'm going to delete this empty blank page we have here, and I'm going to start working on this particular slide we just inserted. I'm going to edit the contents of this slide to match what we just had, which is what you're seeing here, and I'm going to create another new slide. And this new slide is going to be an interaction, right? I want to add an interaction that explains the design system setup. So I'm going to click on new interactions, and it's going to give us a possible options of interactions we could choose from. So you have tabs, you do have accordions. I'm going to select this particular accordion because that's what I want to use to explain the design system setup. So if you're designing a course, you can choose from a variety of interaction that suits the kind of information you're trying to explain. So for here, we are going to have different panels that is going to present to us, and we also have an introduction. You can choose to have an introduction to your accordion, or you can choose to uncheck the introduction. I'm just going to leave that to be unchecked, and I'm going to go ahead to start editing the content of this. For the first panel, I'm going to paste in the title, which is visual styles, which is one of the things you need to set up your design system. I'm also going to paste in the text for the visual style, just like you see here. I'm going to go to the second panel. I'm going to paste in the second, which is guidelines. One of the things you need to set up your design system is guidelines. I'm going to also paste in the text. I'm going to do the same thing for the second and third and fourth things in the accordion. Now, once you've pasted all the required information, you can preview it, just like you see here. We have visual styles, guidelines, UI patterns, and support code for developers. These are your design system setup, and once you're done, you can click save and return to course. Once you've saved it, you're going to see it's just going to be added to your course, just like the quiz, and you can also preview to see what everything looks like. So I'm going to click on the preview button, and I'm going to wait a while for it to load up, and we're going to look at how the course is put together from start to finish. Once this is completely loaded up, we can then see the preview of our course entirely. I'm just going to click on next to keep going. And when I get to the quiz, we tend to answer the questions on the quiz and submit, because you can't skip these parts. I'm going to check the correct answers and submit. View results. We're going to see congratulations message, you passed. Then you click on next. We can keep going. Then we get to the interaction part, which is this here, which has this accordion with different panels. We have the visual styles. If I click on next, we have the guidelines. Next gives us the UI pattern, and then the last accordion panel, which is the support code for developers. So you can see how it's very easy to put out an interactive course that engages the user. And before I wrap this up, I'm going to create one more interaction, and I've created the cover slide for that, which is the benefits of design system. And to create that interaction, I'm going to create a new slide, and I'm going to click on this interaction button right here. I'm going to select the new interaction, just like the way we did for the previous one, and I'm going to select tabs, because I want to show the benefits of design system in tabs. So I'm going to select these tabs, and I'm going to click on choose interaction. I'm going to wait a while for it to load up, and once it does, you can see we can then start adding our tab, title, and subtitle. Here I've completely added all the titles and subtitle, and I'm going to click on save to course. Once I've done that, just like the way we did for the accordion that we created earlier, we are going to have our tabs inserted in our course, and I'm going to click on the preview button to preview what we have. I'm going to wait a while for this to load up, and once it does, you can see our entire course that we've created. This is just a bit of what you could create with the iSpring Suite application. There is so much more that could be done. You can check out the iSpring Suite. There's a ton of resource and guidance on how to go about these things. You can create interactions, you can create role play, you can have video recordings, audio narrations, and all the good stuff. So if you've ever needed to create an educational digital content, I would recommend you use the iSpring Suite, as it gives you the ability to create almost anything you want in terms of interaction and in terms of engaging your audience. Thanks for watching, and I hope you do find this video helpful. Bye for now.